let people know you're injured, and then you do medical when we have the time.
This is when the floods show up, right?
Yeah, something like that. And Black, we went over some gear counts. When we're talking riflemen, you'll carry more as our medic.
Right.
It sounds like people are telling you to carry like 100 biofoam. I think that's a little excessive even for a medic. Personally, I'd say 60 is about what you need. As a rifleman, however, we should be carrying somewhere between 20 and 30 biofoam. When it comes to blood as a rifleman, right around 5 liters perhaps of blood. For a splint, 5 splints is what I say, 5 tourniquets.
I grabbed 20 of those.
Yeah, that's silly even for a medic.
Quite excessive.
Well, my thinking was, like, well, I don't need that many splints, but that's 1 tourniquet for every limb for every person that gets hurt.
Now, keep in mind your squad mates are going to be carrying equipment to take care of themselves. Everyone in here, like I just said, 5 tourniquets, 5 splints, and then you have 20 additional. In your case, Black, for the medics, I say 10 splints, 10 tourniquets is what I say.
That's fair.
And when it comes to epi, I might even, go up to 10 epi, 10 morphine. But we don't really use drugs that much. Even as a medic, I only carried...
I have no epi and 50 morphine.
Yeah, you're going to want, as a medic... Black, did you go through medic training with us? You said a lot of things, and I was wondering if you were joking or fucking with me.
I did go through medical, but it was more of, like, speeding through it. I got most of it, and a lot of things that I'm going to need to do is going to be worked out as I go.
Black, let me sit down with you and actually do medical with you.
Yeah, we can do that
sometime. We need to properly do that.
I'd love thorough training.
Toss a grenade at me, I'll stand on top of it, and then you guys can just autopsy my ass.
We'll get to that in a moment. Let's stick with the loadouts real quick. I don't want to keep... Well, I hope I'm not keeping anyone here longer than they want to be here.
No.
I'm free for the rest of the day.
I do have points I want to make, but yeah, I'm good.
About something.
Fento, let's let you bug me real quick. What's up?
I was gonna ask for medical training too, because I've been a medic for 2 months without it.
Yeah, I want medical training, just so I know.
What the fuck is going on in this unit?
Am I the only one with fucking medical training? Jesus
I
Christ.
train everyone in medical when they come in, but I mean, Fento may have been before I was doing the drill instructor.
You did basic with me.
I didn't get it.
Well, basic, I do go over basic medical stuff, and that is right. There is advanced training for proper medics, and we'll talk a bit about that.
The thing
that happened what happened is that Duck knew that I wanted to go in to be a medic, and he was just running me through that, and I don't think you got that memo immediately.
Remember, yelling "live you bastard" is in fact a way to heal someone.
100%.
First of all things are possible through God, so jot that down.
The explanation for that is I was just standing in for Crow when he left, and I eventually just got stuck with the role.
Okay.
He was the medic, I forgot about that.
When it comes down to riflemen, I tell my riflemen 2 epi, 2 morphine. They should not really be doing drugs. They're not medic trained, and the drugs can certainly do more harm than good. We don't really need them in this unit. Some units may have the pain to a set where people are popping morphine every 10 seconds. We have our drug set, so if you pop more than 3 morphine in a 5-minute period of time, you will go unconscious, and I'm not even sure how to fix somebody who morphine overdoses. And I'm the guy training people in medical.
When I first got here, I said, listen to your medics. If you're injured, they outrank you.
So
yeah, don't. Sorry, Tilly. Black. I mean, I get you, and it's amusing and everything. Please don't say that to any of your higher.
I'm not gonna take it literally, but.
But you have made the joke in front of people, and I'm just like, eee! No, these people know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And, like
I get that.
And especially if you're going to be in the medical position, don't then say that. Leave that to somebody else to say.
It's more of stop moving, let me work on you, and
owner. I
No.
was cringing pretty hard. I gotta be straight with you there.
I don't mean like general outrank. I mean like in the moment, let me
I
work on
understand
you.
where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from, but it's kind of a thing to say. It's definitely like the civilian telling a military guy military tactics on some level,
Yeah.
and you wanna make sure you're not that guy. So I was talking about these things. Let me just rattle off my list again. So medics are going to carry the defibrillator. We have that now. Medics are everyone's going to carry a surgical kit. Just one.
Yep.
um,
Only need one
I
pack.
know I
Only
don't need
need
to
one
tell you all
surgery
that,
kick.
but it has been a matter in the past. Let me just get through this list again. For riflemen, 5 liters of blood. Whether you want to have that as 10 500s or 5 1000s, I recommend 5 1000s because when it's time to put blood in people, they need the whole bag. I think. So I say 5 liters of blood. For a rifleman, I would say 2 of each injector. If you carry 5, I won't really have room to scream at you, but I'd rather you didn't, unless you really know what you're doing with them. 5 splints, 5 tourniquets, and so far you can pretty much just double that as a medic, with the exception that you might carry 10 of the auto injectors each. So, I mean, as a medic, I ran with. There was a point where drugs were so pointless that I carried, even as a medic, only 6 apiece, and it did me no harm to do that. We talked tourniquets 5, splints 5, and double that for a medic. And I think that covers everything we need as medical.
I'll, if you want to go to your upper yada yadas, I can teach them medical if you want.
Do we all have time to do advanced medical training today?
Yeah, a bit. Can I have a word about like squad stuff?
Well, let's hear it.
Well, mostly I wanted to +1 the battle buddy, but like in a squad of 9, if 2 people go down, you have 2 medics working on them. You lost half your squad in just that moment. You're not combat effective. So like for us, I'd say more like if we can just like stick closer to the medics when people go down, and so we have a chance to get them back up and keep moving as we can.
You're right, but the whole team can't stop for a casualty.
Yeah, I get that.
And that's
but
that's what's happening though.
We're not combat
we had
effective
5
if
guys
half of our
today.
unit is down.
Yeah, I think keeping everybody together would be a lot easier with everything.
I understand that, but there were definitely times where we have 5 guys, you know, counting, well, really, let's see, yeah, 5. One of us goes down, the medic's on him. We secured the area. The area is ultimately secured, and they've already like got HQ on top of us. The 3 fresh guys on our team should then go ahead and act as a fire team and proceed to the next objective. That's just going to be how it needs to be. We can't, you know, provide. I mean, you talk about one guy being down and one guy being working on them, and then you got to talk about how many guys are doing security. That's where we can't complete an objective, and we just never get anything done. You're gonna have to leave those kind of calls up to me, where I'll tell you like, no, we have to press on, even if means leaving a medic behind. Now, generally, we'd be leaving them with HQ is what we would do. Like, if HQ isn't tied up with problems from Alpha, they'll be working. Okay, I see y'all are playing there. So, I've lost my track again. So, wow, that's weird, like a stage fright kind of level of retardation I have. So in those situations, what we would most likely do is, if we have a man down and we have the rest of the team effective, there's a good chance HQ is going to show up to our door, wondering why we aren't moving, and we would just leave that casualty with HQ. HQ will be making the decisions. There'll be Cephas will basically take over medical on that person, and we'll go on and do what the hell HQ is telling us to do, and leave them in their care
Yeah.
until they're conscious. Then they'll catch up to the rest of the team, and whoever died waiting on in that time will then be there for HQ to hopscotch on top of and start working
Right.
on.
I did just
All
want to figure out what we would do in that situation.
So, Tilly, volunteer for cadaver.
Okay, yep. Okay. So,
Can I resupply first?
yeah,
Well-
Spades,
Yeah, Tilly.
there's something I always really wanted to tell you.
Well, let's maybe we do it over by the arsenal. Is there an arsenal over here?
I think there is.
I thought there was.
Oh, we took a prisoner? Oh, cool.
Can you go up and just go?
He left. He disconnected.
Oh, arsenals. Let's
Oops,
see.
I
Can I
didn't
just
mean to
vote
push
myself
that.
admin?
That'd be nice.
Cool.
Would be, but I don't think. Yeah, what if I just vote admin?
I got enough spare medical if he needs it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm carrying a shitload of gear as well. I just voted myself the admin. If anyone else can vote in.
I don't know how to vote in.
So map.
Map.
Click on players, spades, and then vote admin.
There you
Oh,
go.
what the fuck?
Might do
That's
the
cool.
trick.
Huh.
Never.
Did it
Oh,
work?
I'm logged in as admin.
I knew that it was like
so-
that in Reforgers. Didn't know it was like that in Armor 3. That's cool.
Oh shit. Okay, so that doesn't help because
You,
I'm actually not Zeus, even if I'm admin.
Yeah.
Let me run into Zeus's spot.
No!
Clear.
Oh, his body disappeared. I was gonna loot him.
Strike me, which really means that I can be super duper dead.
Ah, in that case, I'm tourniqueting 3 of your limbs, and that's how we're fixing it.
You're tourniqueting my neck.
Are you dead?
Huh?
Oh.
No, I think I've really been irritating some of my riflemen because we're in a firefight while I'm treating them, and if they're fucked up, I tourniquet
Let me
3
go stay
limbs, start getting blood in them, and that's it.
I remember in an older server I was in, it was more roleplay based. Someone shoved biofoam in another person's neck and they got in trouble.
Well, good thing I'm shoving this up his ass.
Oh, wait, what? Hold up.
We morphing him?
Well, why do you think I told you to stay still?
I don't know. I didn't know what you were gonna do.
This one's going right in between your toes, just like a cracked addict.
Ugh.
You're all healed up.
That was easy.
Oh, oh, whoa, oh, wow, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That was very disorienting.
Hey, Spades.
There you go.
There's the stuff.
Here. You're gonna Zeus strike me, yeah?
Well, no, I was just gonna shoot you, because Zeus Strike won't give him an accurate idea of how this works. I might just drop a C4 on your ass.
Do it.
Here, let me put you here, teleport player. And, oh, I need to get my...
Morphine. Boop, boop, boop. 15 and 10. Biofoam.
Is the surgical kit like a one-use thing, or is
No.
it like...
You can reuse the surgical kit. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
okay.
that's only for medics though.
Wait, what's happening?
Not for sure anyone carries a surgical kit.
I think now...
Oh,
shove 5 more of those in here. There we go. I think I'm good.
Alright, why don't we get started on him, because there's really no other choice.
Loadouts.
So in this situation, you
Save.
would obviously tourniquet all 4 limbs, and then you would immediately bandage the chest as quick as possible.
What's so not biofoam?
Can't.
First tourniquets, and by bandage, yes, tourniquet or biofoam comes into play. We used to use other bandages that were much less effective. We used to use injuries that were. We used to use bandages that were much more less effective and more specific in their usage. Biofoaming everything is the right call. It's the easy call and the right call. So we start with the chest and head when
Hey.
we have our tourniquets.
I can't get over the wall.
Control space.
Control space.
Black,
V.
Who ran you through BCT again?
No, I can't climb. It won't let me climb, like, at all. Control
you
V does
been
not
taught-
work for me.
Yeah, that may be that you have ACE interaction on. So go hit escape for me. Click configure.
Yeah, I
Controls. Just listen to me on this.
configure add-ons.
No, just
No.
listen to me. Go back to configure base,
Okay.
and then for controls, or up at the top where it says show, whatever, you want to select custom controls. It's 4 from the bottom.
Okay.
You want to set use action 1 to be, let me say control space. That's what I've been telling people to keep things simple.
Okay, I get you.
And then make sure you hit OK. There you go.
Now I can climb.
So that is the enhanced movement. You have probably been using ACE movement, which isn't as effective.
So just have to get blood into them.
I realize now that I came over here naked in a hurry.
So right arm, start patching that. Once we patch the right arm, we'll take tourniquet
let's
off,
take a
start
look at
getting
this
blood
body.
in.
Alright. I think.
Might need to
did
check
left
his.
arm, my bad.
Would you mind checking his pulse? If he's if he doesn't have a pulse, perform CPR.
So
Just to reset the timer.
Black, you looking at him? You in the medical menu? Get in the medical menu.
Yeah, checked it.
I didn't
So-
click that.
Response?
So I like to use H
Okay,
for it.
so he
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
have a heart rate, so apply CPR. Or actually,
Oh,
we
it's
got the
not
defib
Windows
now.
8.
Do we use defib here? Because I'm not sure on the situation as defib should be
So
used.
here's the story
I
with
wanna
the
use it.
defib. The defib can be used pretty much any time, but if you are working on him, if you are putting bandages on him and someone defibrillates, you will be injured by the
Oh.
defibrillation. So
That's
you
why they say
actually
clear.
say clear, and you actually stop touching.
Okay.
I think
So-
you can stay in the medical menu, but you cannot be like actively performing like CPR while they're defibrillating, or bandaging them while they're defibrillating.
That's
Interesting.
cool. Okay. That's
In that
like
So
better
case-
mechanic.
his wounds are opening up again.
Yeah.
This will happen if you take too long stitching. So we
Okay.
need to get that chest sealed. We need to go ahead and stitch. Then we need to worry about the arm. Let's get the arm.
Okay, stitch it.
Yep, go ahead and stitch it, because he's a special kind of fucked up. He got hit with C4.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
shit, where'd
lost
that
a
tourniquet
fatal
go?
amount of blood. You need to get both those things plugged in a hurry. In fact,
Did the
one of you
tourniquet
can
just
go ahead.
disappear?
One of you can go ahead and put blood in the right arm. Black, why don't you go ahead and put
Right.
blood in the
Applying
arm that
surgical.
isn't tourniqueted? I think
Alright.
he may have just died.
No, he's not dead yet.
No, he's not. Yeah. And we'll talk about how to determine whether someone's dead or not. His body just ran around for me, so thought it was weird.
He's getting blood.
So- Okay, so he's getting blood through that arm. Now, what we don't do is we don't give people blood through a tourniqueted arm. We don't give them
Right.
drugs through a tourniqueted arm. No
Oh.
blood, no drugs
I didn't
go
know about
through
the
a
drugs
tourniqueted arm.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
stabilize.
In fact, that's the joke way everyone kills each other. They tourniquet somebody's arm and they stick 3 eppies into that arm, and then they
Right, clear.
untourniquet it and they just go unconscious.
Nobody touch him.
Alright,
Just
yep.
so I don't shock shit out you on accident.
I believe we can stay in the medical menu, but let's see what happens.
I'm gonna try it, yeah.
Okay, and now that he's done that, it actually looks like it automatically checks the heart rate for you. I noticed that
Done.
earlier.
Abby!
Oh no, it looks yeah. So go ahead and hit him again with
Clear.
the epi. Or sorry, the. Actually, this is the. Let's talk real quick. He has lost a fatal amount of blood, and we have given him 711. Or we've given him basically a liter of blood. When
No,
someone's
he's
lost
still
a fatal,
getting
Not
that.
enough.
He's still
I see
getting
that.
blood.
I see that. What I'm saying is, we've given him we're giving him 1 liter of blood. If he's lost a fatal amount, go ahead and give 2.
Okay.
Okay,
Here-
so clear the other arm and.
You can reuse the same arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm putting another liter in his right arm.
It looks like he's got that extra liter now. Now listen up here. Some blood is 500 milliliters. A lot of blood is 1,000. A large amount of blood is 1,500. And a
Okay.
fatal amount is 2 liters, I would say.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a heart rate.
Hey.
And
So,
we have a heart rate.
would it be
that would
bad
be
if,
pretty damn difficult without the defib. Sorry,
Would
go
it
ahead.
be bad if you put too much blood?
It won't. It won't cause any problems as far as I'm aware.
Okay,
But,
That
so
was CPR, baby.
But that's
Nice.
the major problem with that is that you'll run out of blood if you just give people more blood than they need.
okay, yeah.
So let's go
large
ahead and
is
bandage up those legs.
1,500, and then
I'll get the arm.
It looks like we didn't stitch
fatal
yet.
is 2,000.
His head opened up.
I
so we need to
stitched.
We've stitched multiple times. It's just shit opens up in the middle of stitching.
Well, no, if there's a bandage wound and you finish stitching without that thing opening, then it should not come undone later. So something
should I-
happens there.
Do I
what's
do
going
surgical
on
kit
here?
on every single part of the thing?
No, generally you would try
Okay.
and get some stuff done. Again, this is
Question.
an extreme case. He has 1 second.
Sorry.
He has a lot of wounds, so you need to make sure that the work you've done is finished. So normally you would get a whole body bandaged up in time to stitch them. But when they're fucked like this, you do some of the work, you stitch what you got, and then you work on the rest.
Okay.
Okay,
So
question.
to stitch, do I just do torso, stitch it, then everything's stitched that I've already done?
If you're in this situation, you would tourniquet all limbs, bandage chest and head. When chest and head are bandaged, stitch. If nothing's opened up, you then move on to one arm to bandage it and get blood into his body, and maybe
Okay.
you even stitch there if it's a bit. Now hold on a second and just
He's up.
listen to me.
Okay.
Okay, stay still, Tilly. If you click on that leg, you'll notice he has 15 large avulsions. That is a silly amount of damage. Each bandage would normally cover, for the optimum type of wound, a bandage would cover one of those, or a little bit more than one. So he's going to be using at least like 10 bandages in a normal situation. Biofoam's a little bit better. You might get down to maybe using just 8, but that is why we're having to stitch him. He has 15 wounds, and each of those wounds can individually reopen. So if you tried to bandage this person with all these wounds, you would never finish before they died, because your wounds would reopen faster than you could bandage them. So you do what you can, you stitch, you return their blood, and once everything is stitched, after a bandage, you can remove the tourniquets. I was really hoping that would break your legs, Tilly, so that they could see a broken bone.
Hey,
We can always
don't-
run him over.
I'm actually gonna shoot him in the leg. They're
I'm
already-
gonna try something if you don't mind on the right leg.
I still have a question
Okay,
about the
we'll
surgical
see.
kit, though. Like,
So like, leave the right leg alone. Bro.
do I need to use the surgical kit multiple
Okay.
times on each limb, or is it just overall use it once it's done on every
The
single limb?
what the surgical kit does is when you use it, it looks at all the bandage wounds on the body. and then it
Okay.
puts a timer in front of you, and it works through each of those in turn on the body. So what you're seeing, it looks like you stitch once and you cover the entire body. But what
Okay.
it's doing is it basically has a list of things, and you are stitching that. And when your stitch is complete, you check them, and if nothing's are reopened during the process of stitching, it won't reopen.
Okay. I get it now.
But it doesn't take care of things like if you abort stitching halfway, you'll only stitch half the shit.
Okay.
What
It's
about
almost
the
like repacking mags.
what about the personal aid kit?
The personal aid kit resets medical history, is what people say. Basically resets you to a person who has never been injured. You can only typically use it if you're very, very slightly injured, or if your body has been repaired to a point where a personal aid kit could be used.
Well, I started it and it had like
Turn from
2
the blue
minutes on
man
the
to a
clock.
white man.
The settings may be different,
Arma.
Black. We aren't running personal aid kits in this unit anymore because some bitches is what I'm going to say about it. Some people have this weird fetish about like finishing the op with like being stitched and like bandaged and shit and not having their medical history reset. I don't understand it. I think they're a bunch of cunts for getting mad about people fixing people up to 100%. But the decision was made that we're not going to have that argument. We're just not going to have packs anymore.
I mean,
Fair enough.
Fo told me to get one and I still have it.
Okay.
Packs are also a bit glitchy.
So
Are they? I've never had
Yeah.
trouble with them.
this I grabbed an item,
There's
right?
a chance that the patch won't work, and it will say that it's stitched, and then it will come undone anyway.
So pack
grabbed
should
med
leave
kit.
you with a totally white body,
That's-
a body that has
like
no
that.
medical
That's
history.
OP is what that is.
Wait, what did that?
Medkit.
Whoa. Okay.
Med kit. Hold
That
on a
fixed
second. What are
every
we
fucking
talking
thing. What the
about
hell?
when you
I
say
mean,
med kit?
Wow.
I've
Let's
been
be very
doing-
He's
specific.
just like perfect now. Okay.
In my bag. It was in one of the medical tents, and I wanted to see what it would do, so I grabbed one.
Oh yeah, that's a personal aid kit.
No,
I
no,
don't think it
That
is
was a med
because
kit.
that's
That was
completely
a
different.
In the-
fucking Medicaid
In the
that
medical
was-
history activity log, it says you used a personal aid kit.
Spades. It's in my backpack if you want to look at it.
Yeah, let me take a quick peek.
It was in one of the tents over there. I figured I'd see what it did. Took 2 minutes to apply.
Yeah, that's what
But
I did with the
polio-
personal aid kit. It took 2 minutes to apply.
No, this-
So, Black, let me clarify. What he has in his bag is something from OpTray. The pack is an ACE thing.
Ah,
pack you have to stabilize them.
I
and
think
it
he's
removes
got.
everything.
They put special things on that med kit that make it act like a super pack that can be used whenever, but takes forever. Normally, a pack can't be applied unless you're pretty much at 100%. It just removes your medical history. You could basically have a scratch or a bruise and have lost like less than some blood, and you could use a pack. In some cases, in fringe cases, I've heard you can use some, even when you've lost some blood, you can use a pack, but generally you need to be pretty damn topped up.
so
But it
we
has
don't
to
use
the
packs.
restroom real
to
quick,
glitch out
guys.
and undo your stitches, basically.
So we don't use packs then?
Yeah.
Oh, good news, Tilly.
Yes.
We're standing on the wall. We're gonna
Okay.
get Black to fix you up. Wanna help me, Flamingo?
Yes.
I want to shoot him too.
Alright.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me make it interesting.
Just
I got-
nagged him.
I got his left leg.
I got his balls.
Whenever you're ready, Tilly.
Alright, he's down.
Oh.
Hurry, Black, your teammate's down. Go fix him.
Oh no. Run.
He's bleeding out.
That-
Nah, he's not gonna have too bad injuries.
Oh, crap. I'm good.
Ah, see, now here's the first trick. Finding your injured teammate. It's important to have your medical shit. Be able to
Oh, here
find
it is.
the asshole.
We didn't break his leg.
No. So what are you gonna do first?
Turn his
Uh,
leg, since that's more red than his arm, then work on his chest.
Yeah, in this case, you may not worry so much about the very lightly wounded tourniquets on the arm. Like, if several ones are done, yeah, you're going to want to definitely close the wounds. But you'll learn as you spend more time and have experience with medical. Sometimes you'll just bandage the arms. You won't necessarily waste time with tourniqueting something you can slap a bandage on and get them sewn up with. When it comes to that leg, though, that's a lot of wounds. You're going to want to tourniquet that when you work on it.
Okay.
Okay. So it just like depends on how bad the color is.
I'd
The
say
tourniquet.
stick to the fundamentals at first, like when I tell you, do the tourniquets and then fix them up. But as you get practice, as you get experience, you'll know how quickly you can get a yellow limb fixed up. If it's just super lightly yellow like that, if you're not even quite sure that you see it as not being white, I just throw a bandage on it.
Okay.
But definitely the darker yellows, the reds, tourniquets, the smart play.
Surgical kit.
And you'll typically want to stitch them up before you untourniquet them.
Ah,
Okay.
I didn't see the surgery kit.
It's under advanced treatments.
Yeah, I saw it now. Did that.
Okay, is that all good? So if it's gray, that means it's good.
If you look on the right-hand side, you'll be able to see for each limb what's happened. You'll notice next to the wounds that you have there that they have the S in brackets. If it was bandage, I think it would be a red B. But the
Yeah.
S stands for stitching and B stands for bandaging. And you can
Okay.
basically count on anything that says stitch will not reopen. You'll notice above it, he has a bruise. Doesn't really bleed, don't have to do shit with it. Just causes him a little pain. But now we start his
Defib.
heart. We might check his heart before we defib.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
It looks like
Check
he may
pulse.
already have blood pressure.
80. So it's just CPR?
No, he's already awake. He's already got a heart rate. We don't fucking do anything. Now keep
Oh,
in
okay.
mind, if you check somebody's heart rate while somebody's doing CPR, it will show you the heart rate of the CPR, like 30 beats per minute. Or a low heart rate. So you make sure when you're checking somebody that people aren't doing CPR while you're checking.
What's
Now-
So he's
right
good.
on the
He's just
cusp of
waiting
a
for
good
him to
heart
wake
rate?
up.
What's like the line of a good heart rate?
I generally don't pay too much attention to blood pressure. I make sure they have the amount of blood they're supposed to have in them, and I do CPR until they wake up. There are probably medics smarter than me who have the better solution. I think it's supposed to be. What is the blood pressure supposed to be, Fayeto? Do you know?
Like
80
80 over 120?
Something
I
like
think
that,
you're right. Yeah, 80 over 120 is what it's supposed to be.
I don't think there's any negatives to putting more blood in people than they're supposed to have in like our mod settings.
Yeah, I think even in reality, it's not like you could overstuff somebody with blood. They would just.
Yeah, at a point it just won't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But again, you don't want to be wasteful, and those 4 things I told you, that's a pretty damn good barometer. Like, you don't need to know the exact milliliter they lost. If they lost some, you give them 500. If they've lost a lot, 1,000. A large amount, 1,500, and a fatal amount, give them 2,000.
I just noticed
Okay.
this bar under them.
Yeah,
The-
minimal.
Yeah, I just set it to minimal.
So that's a triage card. We don't really use that. Like, I could say he's deceased. I'd be wrong.
Oh,
We
It
haven't had
doesn't really
enough
help.
casualties
Yeah.
that are treatable to really make use of that.
Well, yeah, we don't have like a field
Hey,
hospital
there you are,
going
Tilly.
either, and I think that's the
Yeah.
only way we would really use that. What else was I gonna say? I got slightly off there. Let me look at your medical and think. We were talking about heart rate. So if he didn't have a heart rate when you checked for his pulse, the first thing I would say to do is do the CPR or defib. Check his heart rate again. The defib seems to do that for you, so don't worry about that. Just see what it says. And then I would probably give him epi, and then I would try again. And I would not give him epi after that, but I would continue trying CPR until he woke up at that point.
Okay. Could you do too much defib?
If he has a heart rate and you then defib him, that I think may cause problems. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think you will actually start his heart if you defibrillate him or stop his heart when if you defibrillated a working heart. I've heard that before. Some people are saying I shouldn't be too hard on them. It's a video game, but like there are some people who thought that like if you had a beating heart and somebody just doing CPR on you, you would explode their heart or something. The game doesn't have mechanics for that, and it doesn't make any sense how that would cause problems to me at all.
I know how to break
I don't know
limbs.
why I bring up things that aren't the case because that only causes more confusion.
Do it.
We can run someone over.
Yes, get a car.
Actually,
break
you
someone's
can't
legs?
count
No.
on you can't count on physics to break legs. It's really going to be bullets. Now, when y'all shot him, did y'all use pistols or rifles?
I used,
My rifle.
yeah, the VK, and we didn't break his
He
legs.
must be just very lucky.
He's got his
It's
armor
not.
on.
We don't need to pop him anymore. It's as simple as broken bone, attached splint. What
Yeah.
do we focus on? Legs. That gets them moving.
I had to put a splint on earlier.
So we don't need to shoot him up anymore. Any questions?
Can I epi him?
I mean, let's go ahead and see what an OD looks like. Stick three things into him. Let's see. What has he already got? Let's check his medical history real quick. Triage card. He has 1 morphine, so go ahead and give him 2 well, you gave him an epi, so let's give him 3 morphines, I guess, or 4 epi. Well, he needs a 4th one because the morphine probably. Okay, you're just balancing him out on drugs right now.
Well, it wouldn't let me give him any more epi.
Okay, so he has essentially he's got like 4 drugs in him. He's got effectively 1 morphine. He's got 3 morphine and 2 epi.
It won't let me give him any more epi.
Yeah, you
Am I
probably
out?
don't have any more on you.
I could.
Okay.
Here.
Oh no,
Just,
he's
like,
out.
pump him.
I never had any on me.
Let me just pump him with epi.
Hey man, I'm watching, man.
It's like, you used all my drugs? I'm not even high. How's this possible? Okay, then let's stop doing this.
Okay.
Let's stop doing this to Tilly then, and let's do it to somebody who can, so he can teach us.
There you go.
But the number one thing is, A, their heart stops, B, their heart's beating so slowly that it's killing them, or C, their heart's beating so rapidly that it's killing them.
Let's
So,
see. I
yeah.
put in like 5 or 6 epi.
There's about
Darn.
11 in him. Right.
Oh,
In
11.
me?
So if you go to the far left of those examine and treatment options, you can see what all's been done to him.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Do you,
8?
you want me
How
to use
many-
a
No,
med kit
no.
on him?
Spades.
There's 11 epi and 3 morphine in your body right now.
Jesus Christ, guys!
Yeah, that might be
Spades.
excessive.
Yes?
Look at my
Oh,
bag real
dear
quick.
God.
You seem fine though.
Yeah, how are you still
Blood
alive?
pressure's 99 over
Yeah,
60.
If
that's
I
not
see that
great,
shit, I'm just gonna pop you in the head.
Alright, so I need some...
Why are you not down right now?
I
Yeah.
need some
Are we in a
morphine.
safe zone? No,
No.
we shot you already.
Okay. So let's check my... Hold on, don't give me any more morphine.
I'm not giving you
Tilly,
shit.
you can't keep up like an asthmatic fat kid, but you can take drugs like a fucking rock star.
Dang, man.
Um...
Seems like we don't need to worry about overdoses.
Yes. Do you want me to go ahead and get the med kit ready for when you inevitably fucking crash?
Okay, I have a pulse of
Like-
80, which isn't horrible.
It's
But
normal.
my blood pressure has skyrocketed.
Your blood pressure is 99 over 66. You never had.
Christ.
I don't think
Let
it's
me-
rising though.
Let me Zeus heal you and then do
Yeah,
drugs. I think there's
okay.
something with the amount of blood in your body that's keeping you
Oh,
going
yeah.
down.
Flamingo should be out too right now. I just stabbed him with 3
Wait, what?
eppies.
Hold up.
Hey, stop
that was
stabbing people
not
with
that was
eppies.
not consensual. Hold up. What did you do to me?
Don't just randomly stab people with stuff.
He put 3
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
bro.
randomly
That-
stab
that
people
per-
with it.
per
It's the
thing
situation
is,
more.
It's something that'll piss me off in a hurry.
Yes.
Let's
Don't move.
Zeus heal
Although,
you.
to be fair,
I'm Zeus healer.
my
you
my
go.
first
Here's Zeus.
ever
I
no.
am the power.
my first ever kill on elite was
There.
by morphine bombing them.
There you
so-
go.
Okay, Tilly and Flamingo have both been Zeus healed.
Okay. Does
Ha.
anybody have drugs? Give me your drugs.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I got drugs.
I got
They're in my bag.
drugs.
Okay.
Want me to do it to you?
No, I need them because I want to
Okay.
show you guys how to
Let
save somebody who's been
me
morphine bombed.
put
Because
you in there.
in my old unit, it was haha funny to morphine bomb people.
I'm actually a little short on drugs. I only gave you 2 apiece because that's what I carry.
I could give you more.
Oh,
okay.
But it is an arsenal right there, after all.
So I'm medical certified now. That's a formality.
Good there. Good there.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, this is an advanced medical course we're doing, and I am taking it seriously.
so,
Yeah,
who
I'd
wants
say this
to be
qualifies you, but
morphine
I don't know if I have the permission to do that.
Who
I
has-
feel like I should.
Who wants to be
GI.
morphine bombed?
Me. Okay, do it.
Okay. Okay.
I said it
which-
first, I said
okay.
I know how to fix people
Okay,
from that,
so,
and I'm not gonna
Well,
get
if
fucked.
Flamingo-
This will be like 20 minutes.
If Fanto knows how to do this, let's do it to him.
Oh,
Yeah,
Fanto knows
I know
do
how
this.
to do it, and
Okay.
How to fix it? Yeah, I mean.
yeah,
Okay.
So how do you say you fix it, Fanto?
you gotta try and balance it out.
Do you just give them like
You-
whatever
you
the other side of the
literally-
drugs they need?
Kind of.
So
You've got to wait it out, basically,
Okay.
and keep them conscious.
So I'm morphine bombing him. Nobody watch what I'm doing.
Whee!
I mean, I've already explained the process.
Oh, pretty colors. I can taste the rainbow. It's magically delicious.
I think Foe might have just turned this shit off. Because,
Maybe.
like, he's supposed to go down pretty fucking quick when you take the tourniquet off, right?
Yeah, I got 4 morphine. But yeah, I should be fucked.
Uniform's
What I
usually
did
gonna be
Kelly
the
should
same.
learn That already.
I normally just stick with
I
bad
wonder if we
nerves.
should be learning this shit.
Various.
I'm fine, yeah.
We can ask
It's really
Foe,
just
but,
different,
but we're done here.
Attachments.
You say balance it out, wait them out, that sort of thing. Here's the cure. Everyone listen up. Here's the cure for morphine overdoses. Don't do it. You're the medic. Do the right thing with your drugs.
Yeah.
Just say no.
And then some people have their own. I'm gonna stick with.
Yeah, I should be dead.
Let's not work under that assumption. Let's work under the assumption that you can.
Hey,
but let's
spades.
Sorry.
Red or black?
What?
Armor.
Armor?
Yeah.
I don't care. I think green is actually what it's supposed to be.
Oh, we're
But,
supposed to be green? Alright.
We're supposed to be green. I think that was the color Floppy decided on.
Okay.
Come on.
But
So
I got my
you
custom.
come across Fanto in the field.
Right.
He is unconscious. You look at his body. He has no wounds.
Go ahead and turn up your volume, Tilly.
You come
Helmet.
across Fanto in the field. Right?
Green.
Doesn't do the trick.
He's unconscious. Go into his body. He has no wounds. Okay? First thing you're going to want to do, check his pulse. His pulse is now 20. Check his blood pressure. His blood pressure is extremely low. Okay? I know his blood pressure is 20.
Yeah.
His blood pressure is extremely low. So, that means that he has overdosed on morphine. Morphine is slows
Sedative.
your heartbeat and slows yes, it's a sedative. It slows your heartbeat. So, you're going to want to A, hit him with a couple epis. If his heart rate does not begin to improve, start CPR.
Tilly, when you say a couple epis, do you mean literally go ahead and pop them with 2 epi immediately?
2 epi, yeah. Or, well, it depends on how low it is.
So start slow, like try and bring up the thing, 1 epi, I check it. I mean,
So, yeah, so I guess here's the thing. If you suspect a morphine overdose, and all of the signs are pointing to morphine overdose, you're going to want to hit him with an epi, because it'll help counteract the morphine. because epis don't. If you've gotten shot and your heart has stopped, epis don't like they give you a chance to help you wake up, but they don't really like increase your odds. So you hit him once and then you don't. Whereas like with a morphine overdose, if you hit him with an epi, it helps counteract the morphine in that it helps raise their heart pressure or their heartbeat. So
Blood pressure, yes.
and if he's not waking up, hit him with CPR. You could also do the opposite. Hit him with CPR first and then epi if you want to be super careful. It's really you want to make sure that what he's actually done is overdose on morphine before you start giving him epi.
Okay, and everyone, let's take a quick look at his body real quick.
Because he's
When
not,
I hit
he's not
H,
overdosing.
when I hit H, yeah, I understand, but along the examine and treatment lines, there's the big, I forget what you call it, but the, you know, the doctor symbol on the far left, begins with an
Triage
S,
card.
I think.
Triage card.
Well, yeah, in the game it's called View Triage Card. I was talking about what the symbol itself is.
Yeah.
I forget. Anyways, but we look at that and we can see he has 8 morphine in him.
He should
So
very
that
much
may
be
be
dead.
a pretty quick idea. It's not perfect though, because he could have taken these morphine, you know, 5 minutes apart each. But it does let you kind of know what's kind of maybe been going on.
Caduceus.
Yeah,
in
so
his
you
history.
do want to make
Caduceus.
sure because if
He's
it's
dead.
not, yeah, if it's not a morphine overdose and you inject him with epinephrine, you can kill him.
Also,
So if
Well, you
it's
can overdose
8
him.
morphine,
you can overdose
do you
him
just
the
like
other way.
8 epinephrine and then he's just stable?
No. So here's the
Okay.
thing. They don't perfectly balance each other out.
Which one's stronger
So, neither one. It's whichever one you get hit with first.
then? Okay.
So
The idea
That's
you want to
weird.
get their heart rate and blood pressure as close to normal as you can and keep it there till the effects wear off.
Now,
Okay, so you
hold on
do-
and listen to me here, because
Okay.
that's the thing I want y'all to not really be doing as, you know, kind of rookie medics. If you try and correct somebody's blood pressure with drugs alone, you can cause more harm than good. This is why I'm very careful with it. Now listen here, there's a couple of situations. When somebody's low on blood pressure, their blood pressure when someone is low on blood, their blood pressure can spike in something that's called hysterical, like, because the body starts running out of blood and it's like, I need blood to the brain, crank the heart, push that blood to the brain, and you basically shooting blood out of an artery. You're just bleeding out faster. The body doesn't know better. It knows it needs blood. It asks for blood. Heart's like, I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
Okay.
Anyways,
so
you hit somebody with morphine, it doesn't really improve the situation. The main thing, what I'm getting at here is make sure they have the blood they're supposed to have in their body, and actually had time to get it to where it doesn't say they've lost a lot of blood before you start
Okay.
playing with drugs.
So that's why I
Because
started.
the alternative also works, because once they're out of blood, their blood pressure drops.
So that's why.
there can't be blood pressure if there's no blood.
And that's why
I was
somebody
saying
started off saying
yeah.
he's uninjured.
Uninjured, because otherwise that gets really hairy with the amount of blood you have, depending on how. Because the less blood you have, the stronger the effects of the drugs are going to become.
The biggest
Either way.
thing is, if you're not confident, ask another medic. It's not a sign that you're bad or anything, it's a sign that you just don't want people to fucking die.
Right.
Yeah, no, I won't have a problem with
So, and so if you're gonna want to start hitting him with CPR until their blood pressure starts to come back up. I don't suggest hitting them with a shitload of epinephrine. Like, so technically, Flamingo, you could hit him with 8 epinephrine and it would quote unquote balance out. His heart rate would still be a little wonky, but it would be enough to get them back on their feet. However, if you do that, you risk the other side because you don't know how many are currently acting on them at that time. So you could then send them into cardiac arrest and kill them the other way.
Okay,
They could
so
have had 4 earlier in the op, is what he's getting at, and then you see 8, and you give him 8, and he's overdosed on 4 morphine right now because the other 4 are out of his system, and you just gave him 8, so you just flipped him all the way to being 4 epied.
okay, so
And-
so basically you just epi and just constantly check the heart or blood
The blood
pressure to
pressure,
make sure it's
yeah.
stabling correctly.
Yes, and
Okey-dokey.
again, I'd say error on the side of not giving more drugs.
Yeah.
Don't chase the rats with snakes, with mongooses, with whatever the fuck eats a mongoose, you know.
Okay. All right.
I can't think of anything else to talk about. I think that's pretty much an advanced medical course successfully done.
Advanced. Wow. This is my first one.
Okay.
Deal.
Well, you should have gotten one in BCT.
Well, probably super basic because
Yeah,
I
it would have
don't
been
remember
super
any of it.
basic. It would have been stop the bleeding, put the blood or stitch it, put the blood in, CPR till they wake up.
Okay.
That's
been
yeah.
something
probably the
along those
most I
lines.
got.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not all that different from advanced, because most of the
Advanced
advanced
only
shit.
involves drug use.
Yeah.
Drug.
Bro,
And-
we should
and
make
it
a
would-
Arma 3 Dare program.
Oh, hey, can you throw
include
people?
bandage usage if we didn't use only biofoam.
No,
Like,
this is
there's,
really cool.
There's differences in bandage types that could make them more effective on different wound types, but since we're using biofoam, it doesn't really come into play.
Okay.
Spades, can you teleport people straight up?
Yeah, actually. Oh,
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
not
break the-
people. I can do it to AI and shit. I can't do it to people, I don't think.
Well,
Can you Zeus heal me before that, and then try it with me? Because I'm gonna pop a morphine and just drop me from like 300 or something. That should be fine.
Let's see
Straight down
here.
on us.
Recent heal. So I've Zeus healed you. I don't think I can actually teleport you up because you're a player. I don't think it'll actually let me do that.
maybe like do a tower and then delete that tower.
I think I maybe can use a Halo module or a Halo jump module. Yeah, players cannot be edited. I can't just drag
Put him
you
in,
up in the
put him
air.
in a vehicle and then launch the vehicle.
Can you do that?
Same problem. I think I can't move the
It's
vehicle
it's
into
been
the
done to
air.
me before.
Anyway,
Okay, well we can give it a try, I guess.
before I say this and show it off, you didn't hear it from me, and if you attempt it, it's on your own ass. But it's just in case you're in like an aircraft that gets hit by a missile or some shit.
Okay.
You can pop a morphine, and you're fine from almost any altitude.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, you're not fine, but you're not
Well, yeah.
unconscious.
Kind of.
Kind of. You're still.
There
not-
is always the possibility that
Yeah, I
you
can't
will hit
move
the
the
ground
Yeah.
so hard that you just die instantly.
What's the
Okay.
ruling on badges?
What do you mean?
I'm in
badges.
Oh shit! Incoming car!
Oh.
Get down!
He
on a
hopped
side
off
note-
right as I let go.
Sorry, probably what Billy said though. I don't know like the maximum height you can survive from, but the highest I've pulled off, not on these medical settings obviously, but on other unit medical settings was like 300,
Insignias.
3,000.
I'm about to have to ditch and finally give Hawk the AAR. He's been waiting
You
for.
go do that. I can
There's
keep helping
nothing
him with medical
important
stuff.
happening here, is there? All right.
No,
No,
we're
I-
just sticking about.
Badges
you can
I
always
meant
hop off and
insignia.
jump into the Zeus
What was I gonna
slot
say?
if you know what you're doing with it.
I don't, but that's okay. So with that stuff, honestly, if you find somebody that's overdosed on something, just call another medic. It's easier for you guys. And like, my problem is, I've been doing it for so long instinctively that I can't like remember the things to list off to make sure that you're not going to accidentally kill them. But basic goal is to get their heart rate back to normal. So the
Also,
worst
this
one
thing, this is
actually-
fucking incredible.
to overdose on is morphine or not morphine, epinephrine,
Yeah, that's a bitch.
because with morphine you can do like CPR and shit to try and get their heart back to normal. With epi, the only thing you can do is hit them with morphine and wait.
Yeah.
You can't really like reverse CPR. I bet.
You can. I don't know if it's in the settings. In the other unit that I first started in, that I've been not a part of for a very long time, they had a setting where you could dilute their blood by giving them a shitload of blood packs.
Oh.
fuck.
We should have that. That would
No.
be amazing.
No.
No?
No,
Bloodletting
is-
is dumb.
that would be a pain
Bloodletting.
in the
It's not
fucking
bloodletting.
ass.
Well,
It's
yeah, but
literally
like
you.
that
Clearing
would be
cleaning
rinsing out the blood.
by
Yeah.
adding more blood. Yeah.
Yeah. But they also had like the what do you call it? The like plasma and shit too. So
Oh.
had to worry
Oh,
about
yeah,
that.
I remember that
Ugh.
we had fucking plasma burns. That was fun trying to get the right shit to use.
Oh yeah, that was the first op I've ever played with you guys.
Yeah. No.
Get- Tilly.
Funnily enough. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just when I said badges earlier, I meant the insignias in the arsenal. Is there any ruling on those?
I don't think they
As far
use
as I know, they're never in our normal arsenals. So
Yeah.
So there's no ruling on them.
I don't think so because we never get them.
Ah,
Oh no, they're there.
I mean,
they?
yeah,
Yeah, you can't turn those off. They just exist.
they're at the bottom
You
of the
can turn
list.
them off.
Oh, hey, chaos, insurgency.
Hit him using any. Oh.
Yeah.
So. What else?
Hi,
Hey, do you
else
consent?
before?
I do not consent.
Alright,
What are
I'll
you
catch
doing?
you guys.
Do you consent?
Do you consent?
In conclusion to everything, the
You
first thing
consent,
you should
yes.
do,
Alright, there you go.
make sure they're not going to bleed to death. Second thing you should do,
Help.
make sure they're not going to.
Oh, right.
It won't let me interact with him. Weird.
What?
Anyway, second thing you should do, make sure their lack of a heart rate's not going to kill them. Then
Your squad mates will hate you if you do this, but if you're in like a firefight and you need to get them up quickly, you can skip 3 limbs. You only need 1 limb to get blood in there, and you can get someone up with 1 arm. You can get someone up like that. They will hate you when they wake up and realize they still have like 30 wounds on their other limbs.
So yeah, you can. So here's the thing. Tourniqueting, not the worst. If you
Okay.
tourniquet somebody's limbs, they're no longer bleeding from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before
But
I always thought it
then-
was faster to just biofoam and never use tourniquet, but that is.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
So I am notoriously bad about not tourniqueting myself until it's getting to be too late. I'm always
Biofoam-
like, it's fine. I can out bandage my damage.
wonder
Biofoam
if I
having pain suppression in it really lets us cheese those tourniquets though.
So, tourniquet your limbs. Fix your head, torso.
Stuff you can't tourniquet.
Make sure, make sure that their heart's beating. So, making sure their heart is beating falls somewhere in between, like, cause like, if they're, say you've tourniqueted all their limbs, but their head and chest are red to the point where they're bleeding to death actively, it doesn't matter if they have a heart rate if they're actively bleeding to death.
Okay. Yeah.
However, if they're not bleeding to death extremely quickly, your heart rate timer might time out before you're able to get them fully bandaged. So,
Or you
Getting
can
them
get
with
them
a-
all tourniqueted? Really?
well,
Yeah.
no, not tourniqueted,
Okay.
bandaged.
I'm actually gonna step out.
Be like,
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
so like,
Channel switched.
Alright. That's it for the stream. Thank you to those who came by. I'll see you all next week. Bye.